Hey, it's Charlotte, vlog number 7 now. Been to UCLH today to visit the hand therapy team there. So that's the hospital appointment this week done. I don't think I've got any others this week. Um, I need to just double check that with all my paperwork, but yeah, I think that's the only appointment I've got. So I've been given some pink putty, which I've got a bunch of exercises to do, mainly squeezing it into different forms, using different grip techniques to try and strengthen my wrist and help improve the strength there to reduce the pain and inflammation around that area. So yeah, I've got a big list of exercises that they want me to do. She's asked me to start using my TheraBand again, so get that back out, tie a little loop in the end, and start just doing those strengthening exercises where I pull against a TheraBand. So yeah, looking at the results of the strength test that we did today on the little machine. My left side is stronger than my right, which is no surprise because that's actually the truth, and I've been told that so many times. And yeah, there's a little bit of work to be done there, and we can try and improve things. So we'll see what we can do. We've also been asked to try and when I'm at work on the lighting desks to try and put my wrist into a more comfortable position. To try and reduce the aggravation from my wrist. So I'm gonna take some I'm gonna try and I think that might actually work. I've just seen something that I think might work. So I'm gonna try getting a yoga block, the foam blocks that you can get for yoga, and just cutting a piece off of that and making it so that it doesn't press the keys so that I can rest my wrist onto that and operate. So we'll see how that goes. That's quite a cool idea. And it also means that when I'm on the desk downstairs that I can just take the block with me and have it around when I need it. Yeah, it's quite a good idea. Just spent the last hour on the phone to my mum, sending documents back and forth between us, with me converting them to PDF documents. She could have done it herself, but she wasn't sure, so I need to teach her how to do that. Just to print to PDF or save as to PDF. I'm not very good at explaining things today. My head's just not staying with it, which is a bit usual for me. Quite tired, but I've got a lot of paperwork to do, so I have dropped a couple of fizz sticks into my drink, and I've knocked back most of that now, so hopefully that'll keep me going for a good couple hours, get my paperwork done, and sent off, and then I can chill out, watch some TV, get ready for bed, and yeah, go to bed early. I didn't sleep very well last night. That's owing to a lot of anxiety running around in my brain, a lot of worry, and a lot of thoughts that I can't quite get a grasp and control of. Um, a lot of hypotheticals are coming up. I want to just talk about hypothetical and realistic at the for a moment. So a hypothetical worry is one where you think of something, and the best example is what's tomorrow going to bring for me? That's a really good example. Or am I going to be able to do X tomorrow? That's a hypothetical. You actually don't know until you get to tomorrow whether you're going to be able to do that. And a realistic worry is something such as um, a realistic worry is something that you can do something about. So, have I checked that I've locked the front door? You can go and check that you've locked the front door, and if you haven't, you can sort it out. Like, that's a realistic worry. A realistic worry is something that you can physically make the change to, and you can apply these to this principle of hypothetical and realistic to every single type of worry that you have. And those that are hypotheticals, that's the ones that you have to learn to ignore in a way, but not. They're never going to go away. Your mind's always going to make these up. The chimp in the back of your head's always going to say these things, and those worries are always going to sort of trigger. But what you've got to do is break that cycle of if this then this type worry, and you can chase off a lot of different hypothetical scenarios of how they would resolve, and none of them make you feel satisfied because you don't know which one is actually going to play out. And you have to kind of shift the focus. So you have to create a moment where you solely focus on that worry. And whilst you focus on that worry, you allow it to be there, you allow it to be present, you allow it to have its time. And then when you feel that it's had its time and you're ready to move to the next worry, you shift the focus of the camera across to the other worry. There's a number of ways that you can do this. There's mindfulness exercises where you sit in a present moment and you allow these thoughts to move through the brain, or through your thoughts, and you allow whatever thought to come forward, have its moment, and move away. Then there's other exercises such as writing your worries down, having worry time, so a specific time set aside for you to allow yourself to actually worry about these things. And obviously, having a lot of time to worry about things is not good for you. It degrades your mind and perspective, and that's one thing that you've got to be aware of is how your perspective sits. So, in doing such, you can shift your perspective, but to a more positive one by only allowing the negative worries to have a smaller moment in time to be present. And in doing so, you allow your mind to think in the present moment more than in these future hypotheticals. And that as a technique is really powerful. I feel it's really powerful anyway. Different people will feel different ways about these techniques, but it allows your mind time to shift into these different spaces, and once it's shifted through these different rooms as such, your mind then exits the maze and you have more of a clarity to work with. And it's not that the worry goes away, it's not that it disappears, it's just you focus on the other things that are more in the real sort of in the real world, rather than these hypothetical ideas that might or might not ever happen. And they're really powerful tools are mindfulness and this worry time, and I use it quite a lot in my day-to-day life. If I start to worry about something too much, I try to just take a moment, maybe 5 minutes, where I just take myself out of any situations around me. I allow me to be me in that present moment. I sit down, I calmly think about everything in the room. I focus in on the sounds that I hear around me, the smells that I smell, and you you want to close your eyes and for the exercise, because what you don't want is big distractions of movement causing you to move away from the moment. And really powerful, if you ask me. um, there are other techniques out there, like I say, writing down your worries, that's one technique. Writing to a figurative person um, can be another way of doing it. um, Talking to somebody, that's another way of relieving worry. But sometimes, if these aren't done in the right sort of way, you end up just actually causing the worry to spiral more out of control, because you you allow yourself to sound off and you're trying to fix something that you can't fix. And whilst you have every good intention of working it out in your head, you then become frustrated at the fact that it doesn't work in the real world, and or it's not gone quite the way that you imagined it in the real world. And the problem is that realistic worries usually have like one or two solutions. Hypotheticals have hundreds, and you can spend all day worrying about all the hypothetical resolutions, and you'll just keep worrying more and more as you create more and more hypothetical solutions. And as crazy as that sounds, even though that you might think or feel that there's just one solution, you'll soon come to realize that actually you've thought about 10 solutions and one's just kind of stuck out to you. Whereas that realistic worry of if the door's shut, you can go and check that, and you can go and close that door if you need to. Um, yeah, I like some of the psychology that I've learned recently, and yeah, I was in a bit of a funky place yesterday, and in terms of my mental state, and I've spent a little bit of time just being me, being peaceful in the moment. Nothing around me to distract me. No phones, no music, just me and the moment. And I know some people use music to meditate too, but when you're meditating or going into a present moment exercise, you actually want as much silence as possible, because you want to focus on yourself and not some distracting sound or anything else that's around you. Like, even if a bus goes past, you take in that noise for that moment and you let it go once it's gone. If you have music running in the background, you've always got that present, and it it's a distraction from the moment that you're trying to sit in with your thoughts. I'm no psychologist, I'm no psychotherapist or whatever. I've been through a lot of therapy recently that have taught me these techniques, and this is just my opinion. For other people, it's not going to work in the same way, and I understand that, and I know that, because I've been given so many techniques to use, and this is just the one that I really like, and I focus my time on, because it really is the most powerful one for me. Like I say, other people might find writing their worries down is more powerful to them, because they get to remove that worry from them and get it onto a piece of paper. And for other people, it might be that they don't need to write it down, or they feel that there's other things that they can do to improve their their sort of anxiety and worrying. And yes, worry does cause a lot of anxiety sort of stuff. Especially it's especially sort of a significant factor in the cause of my depression is the worry about whether tomorrow I'm going to be able to work. And now my condition's sort of stabilizing in terms of my physical health. I'm now more able to do a lot of things that I didn't necessarily think I would be able to do in the long term, and those things include like getting to work and how I get there and what I do whilst I'm at work, the activities that I'm able to do. Those were a significant factor in my overall sort of decisions of how I deal with my overall health. And one of the biggest impacting factors is my mental health, and the the happier I feel in some ways, the less I worry about the my overall health, because I know that I'm in great hands with my physiotherapists and everything. They're all there trying to help me as much as possible to create a long-term strategy to be more to be more able to do the things that I want to do. And long term for me, I'm pretty proud of myself, of how far I've managed to come back from where I was. And yeah, it's all about strengthening and making muscles stronger uh, and and getting there eventually. And we're making tiny baby steps towards a great goal. And I had a little sort of hashtag at the beginning of last year, which is the small wins count too. And a lot of people forget that these little tiny wins that you have every day um, mean that in the long term you're actually creating a really big impact on who you are and what's going on and who you're going to be in the future. And the best thing to do is just be you. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that. Like, if you feel like you're following too much somebody else or whatever, just remove yourself from that situation and allow time to heal, and then take yourself back, because it's okay to be jealous. It's okay to want something that somebody else has. It's human nature, and unfortunately, some people see it in a different light to how I do, and that's a personal opinion, and I can't change your opinion. It's not my job to. Um, Definitely, you have to make those decisions. I can't do them for you. I'm going to end it there. I will chat some more tomorrow towards the camera. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy watching my videos, I'm not sure anyone actually does, but if you really do, hit the notification bell or bell symbol down wherever it is underneath the video. And yeah, I'm going to stick to my unedited, fairly raw videos. And if you watch yesterday's one, number 6, I think it was, you'll see that, like, I was in a really weird place. I was between happy and sad because of things going on around me, and fortunately I've managed to clear a few things in my head and make sure that I'm worrying about the things that I can make change to. And yeah, it's always onwards and upwards. Fail forwards and you will win. The small wins count too. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until tomorrow, bye.